Alright, welcome back to the review of the Perfect Grade GP01, and here we have ourselves a nice crotch shot of the GP01. Sorry about that, it just makes recording this a little bit easier. Anyways, so here we have our front skirts, and they have a bit of articulation. Both of these skirt pieces will move straight up, and so you can just kind of glimpse in there at some minor detail. It's nothing all that special. And they can do a bit of side to side, but not that much. It doesn't hinder movement, but it doesn't help it either, so I guess I just did it because they could. These side skirts actually don't have all that much articulation. It's just back and forth for these things. And they're on polycaps, which are kind of loose. When putting them onto the kit, it gets kind of hard because there's too much space between the back and where the polycap is, so the polycap has a tendency to push back when you try and stick it on. So what I do is I take apart the inside of this, the black piece, apply it to the kit, and then apply the white piece. It just makes applying these side skirts a heck of a lot easier. And these back skirts have just about no articulation because they'll impact the wing of this core fighter. So, nothing to look at there. For the legs, they are here on die-cast piece. They're on a die-cast part, so they don't snap, and can go all the way forward. So, full 180 forward, and just to get the knee out of the way, a full 180 bend for the knee, with some pistons and some other inner-frame stuff you guys can detail if you so choose. But for bringing this leg back, it doesn't go as far, but you still get some good distance, and plus with the feet being able to do good bending, you could probably do a relatively nice kneeling pose with this. But more with the legs. Give me a second. Okay. They all have their individual moving parts. This part can detach here, and these thigh parts actually come apart too. It opens up there, then both of these side pieces, if it'll work with me, yep, good, will actually come down like so. And there's even more inner frame detail you guys could work on if you so choose. Like you can see I did a small piston in there, but nothing else. But if you guys really wanted to, you could spend some long hours on inner frame with this thing. And your ankles, the armor can go back and forth. You can see some pistons hidden in there. And like you saw with the foot, you can do quite an impressive bend there. And an impressive bend this way, but I don't see how you could logically use this bend with the foot, but I'm sure you'll find one if you're really looking for it. So let's just bring this camera up and I'll get to the backpack, which I should have got done earlier, but I kind of spaced it. So here with the backpacks, you can see your beam sabers each just pop off, and I'll get into further detail with them later in the review. And they have slight articulation. They're on individual ball joints, so back and forth, and forward a good deal, and back. Pretty much a full 180 bend, like it's a wannabe unicorn Gundam. So these can bend all back up. Okay, and for the backpack, there's not all that much articulation here. There is some for the individual thrusters. They can just wobble around in there. And I'll show you this now, but you'll also see it again when I do a transformation. Just pull this back. There are two hinges that go into right here to allow the backpack to lock in. And right there, if you can see it, let me get my pen again, is the sliding area for this backpack to lock back in. Well, I would continue this review by going straight to the full Burnian, but since Premiere doesn't want to work with me, this part's going to be a bit shorter, and I'll come back with the full Burnian mode.